everybody, and welcome to Best Value. Today I figured that we would just take a walk, you know. Everybody loves taking walks. I'm with my dog, actually. I've got this pretty big, like, wooded area around where I live, and that's an airplane going past. I always like when the airplanes are going past, I always try to, like, guess where it's going. I'm gonna guess that one's going to North Carolina. I don't know why, but that's what I'm guessing. I love these trees out here. I actually don't know what kind of trees these are out here, but they're still pretty to look at. This one has grown so much over the past couple years since it was planted. It's insane. It's massive. This is like my favorite tree out here, mostly because of the leaves. If you guys know like what kind of tree that is, definitely tell me. I'm guessing it's like not a cedar, maybe a pine, maybe like a weird infused I don't know if pines have like those kind of leaves though. I guess I've always seen pines as like the prickly ones. Oh yeah, over there they've got like a whole horse farm. Their horses are actually pretty cool. They use them to like run races and stuff. The state fair that came over a little while ago, they actually put them into that state fair. The state fair is always really fun. They've got horses and goats and cows and all those other fun animals. They don't have like a wide selection other than farm animals, but I guess it really is just a state fair, so that's probably the reason why. But I mean, it's still great to go to. Over there, those are some like white flowers. We'll go over there in a second. I don't know what those are either. Somebody had told me once that they were milkweed, but I don't believe so. I think milkweed looks a little bit different, but I mean, they're very pretty white flowers. And then they've got like a trail over there. We would go down there, but I don't want to disturb the horses. Well, I'll see. If it's empty, we might go down there. That could be fun. Of course, we've got like the huge wood and whatever. Those are actually taken down, and I'll tell you why those are taken down. Those trees were just massive, and we were starting to get really, really, really bad storms. And if you know lightning, when it hits a tree, it basically spreads a fire. That, and they were really, really close to, there's like a shed way back there. They were afraid that whenever it fell, it would, if it fell, it would have hit the shed. We're moving now, which is good. Come on, Loki. He's so excited to be outside. Min Pins do really, really love being outdoors, so I try to take him out pretty often. Walks are normally like 10-15 minutes. These are the flowers I was talking about. Are they pretty? So these flowers have probably been here for a couple months actually. I don't think I saw these last year. They're very, very pretty. I know that I've seen like groundhogs and moles like eat off this plant, so very interesting to see. I guess when you gotta eat, you gotta eat. Oh, there's a little butterfly over here, a little white one. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Look at him. That might be a moth, but even so, like moths and butterflies are really good for spreading pollen and flowers. Even just little flowers like these, because they don't have like a whole bunch of pollen in them. They're just these small little itty bitty thingies. So the butterflies and the moths, they crawl over the flowers, and then the next place that they go, all that pollen like ends up, you know, going everywhere and getting in the soil, growing into new plants. So I hope that we see more plants like these in the future. There's some back here there as well, because they're so pretty. What I'm scared of is somebody in the comments is gonna be like, oh no, that's poison ivy. That's poison ivy. I don't actually know if poison ivy has flowers or not, but if they do, it might be it. And then that's that. Ooh, I can show you in a little bit. We have like mole holes. Those are actually pretty cool to see. But there's another little bitty one. Again, these weren't here last year, so I don't know. They're just kind of popping up. There's some over there too. They're very, very pretty, if anything. I just don't know why they're here. Oh, these are gorgeous too. Come on, Loki. He's like, Mama, we normally go faster than this. Yeah, right, Loki. He's looking off into the woods. This one's pretty too. It looks like it's like dandelion, not dandelion. Yeah, dandelions, I guess. Oh, there's a bee. Okay, so one thing that I stress about little bumblebees like this is so many people see them and they immediately like try to kill them. Don't do that. Bees are actually getting very, very endangered. It's kind of scary because bees do so much for our environment. They spread pollen and they get flowers in other places and such like that. If you've ever seen the Bee Movie, it's a great example of that. But yeah, bees are actually going endangered. And if we don't have bees, it's going to be so much harder for us to get flowers from one place to another. So if you see these little guys and they're hanging out in your garden, please, please, please don't kill it. Leave it be. Look at him. Look at how cute he is. He must have a hive somewhere around here, but aren't they like so fluffy? If you've ever seen Thumbelina, I've always wanted to like be a small little fairy and have a little bee as a little driver. It's like a little horse. They're so cute. And I don't know if you can see it, but he's got like pollen on his legs. So the thing with bees is they're not actually there for the pollen. Well, they are, but they aren't. But actually the pollen sticks to their legs. So when they're flying, that pollen gets off their legs, and that's when it goes to the soil and it makes other flowers and such. So they're not actually there for the pollen. It's just like a coincidence that it happens. But as you can see, he is trying to get the nectar out of every single one of those flowers. He is milking them for that nectar. He is so sweet. Look at him. He's such a good boy. And all bees that you see, like all bumblebees that you see out in the wild, they are males. The only female bumblebee, come on Loki. The only female, we'll leave him alone now, but the only female bumblebee would be the queen. Other than that, they're all workers, so. And this is deeper in the woods. Now, with like these different animals that are in here, there's like, well, you can have coyotes and wolves, of course, but that's in any forest. But here, there's mostly moles and squirrels. Sometimes deer. Actually, I was coming back home this morning and I almost ran into a deer. Deers are very majestic, but they are quite annoying, actually. And the reason why is because there's so many. Their population is so huge that they're actually trying to make movements to get rid of some. And I know that sounds terrible. But they really are getting in the way of construction and roads and things like that. And it's sad because I see a dead deer on the road like every single day, a new one. And that's just how nature goes, and that's why they're trying to either move the population so that they're safer or get rid of some, because it's just not safe for them anymore. It's not safe for either of us because we keep running into them. They keep getting into our areas and such, and in return they are, I wouldn't say they're mean, deers aren't, but their population is growing in return. No matter how much we try to stop it or move them, it's just dangerous. It's just dangerous for everybody. Now these trees are pretty big too. A lot of animals like to come into like this little area because there's so much shade. Whenever all the leaves are out, I see like little deer and squirrels and birds all kind of like hang out in that little area, and they get their little shade. They're so cute. I love this tree as well. This tree has grown a bunch. Now these trees will even get taller. These are the trees that you see that knock over like telephone poles and get on houses and things like that. Luckily, this one is literally just in the middle of nowhere. Nowhere close to the house, nowhere close to our sheds, nothing like that. So it's not gonna cause us any harm. So we'll just let it grow for now. Eventually these do get chopped down because they get massive, and I don't know if you can kind of see over there. We're not actually gonna walk over there. I mean, the trail is open, there's no one down there, but also like it hasn't been cut in a little bit. If you go on a trail or something and you see that it hasn't been cut like this, don't go down it, because there could be poison ivy, there could be triggers, a whole bunch of things, there could be mites. Make sure that if you're going down a trail that it is at least thinned out, because you can kind of see where the trail was before. Loki's like, oh my gosh. You can kind of see where the trail was, but it's quite dangerous. So, but anyway, if you can kind of see back there, those aren't ones that we put down. Like the pile over there we did. These are ones that just fell down, and they fall down when they die. They legit just, when they die, they go weak and they fall over, and it's dangerous. But it's sad because they make homes. Like if you see trees like these, you've probably got like a couple birds' nests in there, maybe a squirrel hole, you know. Like they hold, the ecosystem for like woods and trees and stuff is absolutely insane. Loki, come on. Because, yeah, I mean, there's animals all over. You can see them all over the place, and it's crazy. So, and pine cones. I absolutely love pine cones. So if you don't know exactly what pine cones are, they're basically just the seeds of the trees. That's why you always see them all over the place. I've seen online where people will talk about like animals eating pine cones. They don't really actually do that a whole lot. They're not really edible. Here, let me pick one up. Let me pick one up. I love pine cones. But they're so cool. Little ridges. But it's just like a seed. It's like any other seed pod. They drop off the tree and they go on to make more trees. There's like a whole bunch of them up there. Oh, little pine cones. Aren't those cool? I know some places they don't have pine cones. Like is often like all over the place. Like in more tropical areas and stuff. And that's such a shame. They're such a cool little find. When I was younger, I used to grab some and I'd bring them into my parents or my brother and sister and be like, oh, I got you a gift. It's a pine cone. I was so obsessed with these, but they're such like an interesting way to get seeds by, don't you think? Because we saw the little bumblebee bringing out around pollen, and that's one way. And another way is just to literally, oh, I've got some tree sap on me. And one way is literally just to, you know, drop your seeds and see where they go from there. But you can see they are littered. They are littered, which is awesome. Yeah, I don't know much about pine cones, but I know that much. And this area right here is where we see the coyotes. If you see a coyote, I get it. They're a big fluffy dog. They're cute. You want to go out there and pet it, please don't. Coyotes can be very, very vicious, but they're very pretty to observe from far away. And their cries when they howl at night, they are normally contacting their pack or other packs. So if you hear coyotes howling at night, you're listening to them trying to call out and talk to other coyotes. And we can hear birds over there. Oh, they're so cute. And birds, kind of the same deal. They talk to each other. They try to find mates with different calls and different songs. They also sing in the morning, and part of that is, yes, to like welcome the sun, but most of it is to find out where all the other birds are hanging out, because yeah, this is a whole bunch of pine cones. Look at them. Oh, they're so cool. And these are like the spiky kind. I don't like touching these as much. Oh yeah, let's go see the mole hole. That's what I said I would show you guys. So moles are pretty awesome. They are not great for the home environment because they make holes all over the place, but they are so super cute. I love seeing little mole holes, because it just means that there's a little critter nearby, little guy. And I love moles so much. I'll show you what a mole hole looks like. Let's go look at it. Right here. That's a little mole hole. So mole holes are not the entrance, but they are the exit. So yeah, and that is our walk for the day. So I hope you guys at least enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. Maybe you can correct me in the comments and tell me what those flowers are. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.